back to the rural project. So as you can see outside, it's a bit of a miserable day. It's been drizzling a lot, raining a lot during the week, drizzling a lot this morning. The sun's trying to get out, but yeah, it's forecast drizzle all day. So today I'm going to stay away from Slippery Hill. I'm going to get some brush cutting done. So what I'm going to do is take you through the new DuraCut 20-2, which I bought for the FS250 brush cutter, and I'll show you the box and some of the lines that go with it, and then we'll get it and see it in action. So this is it. This is how it comes. DuraCut 20-2 from Stihl. So it suits a wide variety of brush cutters. You see all the ones on the back there. So I've got my smaller brush cutter is the FS250. So that's the one I'm going to be using it on. The actual thread, the nut on the thread on the nut there is too small for the FS450 that I've got. But yeah, I bought it for the 250. So as you can see, I've had a little go with it. Put a couple of lines through it. So these are the ones that come with it. Not quite sure what diameter they are, but they're a very different line to normal. Talk about aggressive. So if I put that against a light background, if you can see they're sharp on the sides. So it gives a great cut. However, as you'll see, I went through quite a few lines just using them on my land. My land has a lot of rocks in it, and it's been a bit of an issue, as you'll have seen with some of the previous videos that I've done with a brush cutter. It's been a bit of an issue hitting rocks. So yeah, those are the ones that came with it. What I also did was bought a pack of the extra thick. So these are 4 milli. Now these obviously are much bigger. You can hear them grabbing a hold of the glove, tearing the glove, so they're still very aggressive on the sides. And you can see there the shape of them. And that thing that everybody talks about as to whether the lines should be kept wet or not. That's an original Stihl box. If you look on here, it says what you need to do is actually fill this container full of water and leave them to soak in the container. So yeah, so that's the new DuraCut. So I've had these in water. I've obviously just dried them out for this little video thing, but I'll get them back in water now. So the way these fit into the head, really simple. So they're feeding from the side, and in a second you'll hear a click. Maybe you can't hear that on the camera, but they go in and lock in solid, so they can feed in one way, but they can't pull back out again. So that's it, and obviously you then shorten them to suit your brush cutter. Once I get them fitted, they'll be round about so big. The smaller ones tend to curl around a little bit easier. Just trying to push them through there. So yeah, they'll be about that long once it's cut, so that it misses the guard. And as usual with these Stihl products, they literally just screw on left-hand thread, and you just screw these on in place. So what I think I'm going to do, I've got brush cutting to do today. So I'll get the brush cutter set up with the DuraCut head. I'll do some sections with the thinner line, because I may as well use it. So I'll get going with the DuraCut, see how well it goes. If I start working my way through these lines far too regular, I'll put the old auto feed back on and use some of the old lines that I've got, get them used up. But let's get into it and see how we go. As I say, the head just screws on anti-clockwise. Enough, and then just check the length of these. It's just cut in, so just in one more click, one more click. What I did notice over winter, sorry, when this is not being used, this whole guard, I'd had it resting on there, the whole guard was bent in. So last week I have been bending this back a bit. So yeah, that's something to keep an eye on for future. Don't store them with any weight on here, because it slowly over time bends in like that. I think it's okay. Right, let's get the harness on, get the safety gear on, and let's do a little bit of brush cutting. This is the test area that I used the DuraCut on last week. As you can see, cut it down pretty well. It was quite thick and bushy. I started to work my way through all of this stuff. Yeah, there were a few rocks and that in here which ended up sort of damaging the line, as I said. Okay, so let's get started. So, as I say, the FS250, the area that I'm going to brush cut is the area sort of above the container. It's not an area I brush cut very often, but thought I'd give it a try this year, and it needs doing. So yeah, now's the time. So what I'll do is I'll stick you up on a post so you can get a bit of an aerial shot, and I'll get to work. Okay, so we're going to start with the line that came with the DuraCut face, which is the thinner line. So we'll get that started now and see how we go. See how many times I have to swap that line out. So excuse the wind noise, it is pretty windy today, but this is the area that I've done with the thinner DuraCut lines. As you see, it's not very big at all. I've gone through 6, and that's the number 8 that's on there, and there's at least 20-30 mil excuse me, 20-30 mil that's come off that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get the thicker DuraCut line and give that a test. I'll give it a test in some of this stuff. It's a little bit juicier, a bit fleshier weeds. Hopefully it'll work pretty good, because right now I'm not that impressed with the thinner lines for certain. With the ground I've got and the rocks I have, it's going to cost me a fortune to do the multiple acres I need to do. Anyway, let's give the thicker one a try and see how we go. Give you an idea what's happened with these ones. So as you can see, all the sharp edges are all just now rounded after that short amount of time where I was using this, and it's yeah, as you say, 30 mil shorter than it was when I put it on. So let's take these out. Okay, feed that one in. Just about right. So not so easy with one hand. Right, so let's give this a try and see how it goes this time. That's interesting. The thicker ones just flew off. I'll give them a benefit of the doubt, put 2 more in, see how it goes. Well, I thought they had actually flown out and not been held in, but they actually broke off at the point. So all of this was inside the head, and this was exactly where exactly where the line came out of the head here. That bit, that's all broken off. So yeah, we'll give these another try, but oh, that's going to be no good. But there is a bit that have broken off. You can see that bit have worn off already, and then yeah, they just snapped there. Well, I don't know if this is going to be very successful, but let's carry on, give it a bit more of a test. Right, let's go swap heads. I'm not wasting any more time with this DuraCut. I've just had another thought that they seem a bit brittle, so I'm wondering whether I've not soaked them for long enough. So what I'll do is I'll just fill this up with water. I'll leave this soaking, and then later today I'll come back to this same spot. I won't do any more here. I'll come back to this same spot and have another crack with these after they've been soaked in water for sort of 4 or 5 hours. Right, well, let's get the other head on now, the auto feed head, and I'll start making some progress. that's that whole area done. Much better with the auto cut head. What I'll do is I'll just show you with the auto cut head how it works its way through some of this thick and fleshy, these thick and fleshy weeds, and then I will carry on basically just this area here, just down to the garage, down to the wood pile. We'll just finish this area off. Now I won't do heaps of this because I want to come back and try the DuraCut head on this, but I'll just show you what this line can do. What a difference, eh? This whole area now. I'm going to come back with the FS250 with a mulching head on to tackle some of these thicker ones, save busting all the line up. So I'll come back in a minute and yeah, we'll video the mulching head just smashing its way through them. So basically I've done this whole section now. One little bit there where I'm going to test that DuraCut again. Apart from that bit, all of this, and you can see the line where I've stopped. I don't need to do all of the grass, just an area that I want to keep clean. Way down there, so this is so much better. Only about another 4 acres to go. Right, let's come back with the FS250 and the mulching head. So what I'm going to do now is just get the FS250 with the mulching head on. We'll get that going and we'll get it just working through this tough grass. See it in action. Working my way through this section. It's pretty steep, as you can see. Cleared this bit already. Just working my way through it. This grass, there are a lot of rocks in it, but it's pretty fleshy. Cuts quite easily, and yeah, using the auto cut line. Okay, let's keep going. just filled up with fuel, so it's let's say it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to keep going now until I run out of fuel, so we'll see how long a fuel tank lasts. Tough climbing up here, bush cutting. Brush cutting on such a steep hill is pretty difficult. Anyway, so the time now is 2:35. So let's say 35 minutes on a tank of fuel, going pretty much full power for the whole time. So I am going to stop for today. That was pretty hard work, so I've done all that bit above the access road and this whole section as well. These are definitely the hardest pieces, this bit here, all this steep ground. This steep section here is pretty difficult to do, and then right around the corner there near the pool, that's very steep and difficult to do as well. The rest of it's not too steep, and it's pretty quick going. Definitely this takes the most amount of time. What I might do this time is, we like all the pink flowers, so I think we'll literally just cut our way through all of these weeds and leave all of that. The little purple flowers and the pink ones and the white ones, we'll just leave all of them. Right, so that's me, covered head to foot. Clippings, I'll go shake all this stuff off now. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I seem to get a lot of views on the brush cutting one, so hopefully this one's successful as well. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to click like and subscribe. And yeah, tune in for more videos like this. Thanks for watching wherever you are in the world. There's only one thing left to do now, and that's test out the DuraCut. So these have been in soak for about 6 hours. Nope, they've been in soak for about 4 hours, sorry. Let's go up to those fleshy plants top of the container and try and cut into them again and see if these last any longer. Exactly the same issue. Stihl. Don't like your DuraCut, doesn't seem to be working very well on the tough stuff, which is what it appears to be designed for, so that's pretty weird. Anyway, I'll have to finish this off with the auto cut line.